Good song, Barry Manilow. Before we get to the naughty gossip columnist Rob Shooter, Cory Zelnik, a dear friend of both me and Bernard for a long time, real estate mogul here in New York City, been on the show many, many times, and we love him. Stops by to say hello. And quickly, I know Bernie's here. I've been all over Steve Kerr on Twitter the last couple of days. You're a big basketball fan. You've got courtside tickets for the Knicks. Golden State has moved on to the West to the NBA Finals for the sixth time in 8 years. Say what you want about Steve Kerr. He's becoming a legend. But I've been all over him because of the way he reacted a couple of nights ago. But you could add some context to the story because it turns out, for folks that don't know this, Steve Kerr is actually a victim in his family of a horrible shooting. What is that all about?
In 1984, his father was the president of the American University in Beirut, and he was assassinated.
His father,
His
Steve
father
Kerr.
was assassinated.
So when he freaks out about gun violence...
There's a little depth to it.
A little depth. I mean, did you know that story, Bernard?
I certainly did. I saw his mom's talking about it. Probably the same thing Cory saw. I saw his mom's talking about it. Doesn't faze me a bit. He's still an a-hole who shut his mouth.
It's exactly what I said to Cory. I said the same exact thing. We all agree he's still a jerk, even though he did suffer from gun violence. One last thing quickly before Shooter. You're on the Jerry Seinfeld boat. Bethany's not. Bethany Frankel. She said the city is dead. Quickly, you've got some statistics to prove to the listeners that New York City is, in fact, anything but dead.
I don't like being on the Seinfeld boat because I don't like to seem like I'm a blowhard about it. But I just like to throw facts. I've got companies at the retail level that have committed millions and millions of dollars. They have signed leases. They're going to be opening up stores all over town. Names you've heard of, names you have not heard of. Every time they sign a lease, they're making a $10, a $15, a $20 million commitment to the city because it's a 10 or 15-year commitment. It adds to the tax roll. It helps employment. So there's positivity all around. It's not visible. The crime, the violence, that's holding this whole thing back. Yesterday, my wife was walking up the street, East 81st Street, 2nd and 3rd Avenue, with her son, taking him to the doctor. A guy walked by opposite direction and just pushed her.
No.
Just pushed her over.
Are you serious?
Serious. Thank God she was not hurt badly, and she didn't know how to react because it was all fast.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's terrible. And we have to take care of that first.
God.
But I'm telling you, there's a tremendous commitment to the long-term existence of this city. And by the way, you can't rent an apartment in Manhattan.
I know that.
You cannot rent an apartment in
I'll tell you
Manhattan.
a funny story. When I left my apartment to move to Queens, I actually went back to the building about a week ago because I'd forgotten something there. And I saw my doorman, Marcos. Yeah. And I said, hey, is my apartment still open? He said, Sid, the next day.
That's right.
And that was the most expensive apartment in the place.
That's right.
Next day.
You can't. By the time
to your point, Cory, people are cocked and ready for the comeback when it comes.
That's it. Look, it's a long run. It's a long game, and you have to understand that. I think you had me here in March, and you tried to pin me down for when it was going to be back, and I said to you Labor Day. Okay, I think I'm going to be a little bit off, but not so far. Not so far. Tremendous commitment to the city.
Well, we have a tremendous commitment to you because we love you.
Thank you.
And continue to be the voice of New York. And Jessica, your wife, is beautiful, and your daughter Bailey and Max and the whole crew. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. And it's great to see you as always.